into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
We have 7 members and numerous guests present, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this meeting of the North Clackamas FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. All right, guys. So now we are going to go into a raffle, or we were going to go into a raffle, but I'm just going to explain how the raffles will go. So you're being assigned numbers right now. And here at North Clackamas FFA, how we do raffles is we're gonna call your number digit by digit. And if it matches your number, then you're gonna say, woo! And if it doesn't match your number, then you're gonna go boo. And we're gonna do that for each digit until we have one winner left. And there will be prizes. There is a prize of stickers from Bloom. And to get your prize, if you do win, you will direct message Jason your address and he will get that to you. So Grace, would you like to lead us in an icebreaker before we go into our reading of the minutes?
So let me just, I'm not sure how this is exactly gonna work because we can't really see the videos of like all of our guests. So I'm not sure if it's just gonna be between the officers.
So I go ahead and added some instructions so that way we have some verbal confirmation. So if you are the first person that brings it, say boom time, if you are a participant, that way we're hearing it.
Okay.
So if they bring an item to the screen, they'll say okay. Instructions on here. There you go.
Okay. So essentially, like you can either read it at the screen, but a color relay is pretty much I will list a color and then the participants must find an item that matches that color and hold it up. And of course, you're going to say boom time if you find that color first or item. So, and then all points so every person will then, that wins will get a point in the round. First, let me start over. So every round, there will be one winner, and that person will get a point, and all points will be tallied at the end. So, for example, just to jump right into this, our first color is lime. So you must find like an item that has lime on it, and then
Boom time.
So, for example, Isabel immediately popped up with that pen and said boom time, which is lime green. So for our next color, that is going to be silver. So find a silver item.
Boom time.
Crap.
Okay. So up next is light pink.
Boom time. Wait, can you guys even see my camera?
I can't. I don't know if
That's all right. We heard you say boom time, so we know
it's a pink highlighter.
Okay. And then our next color is mint.
Boom time.
Okay, so that was Jeff, I believe. Okay. And then our next color is forest green, which if you don't know what that is, it's kind of a dark.
Boom time.
Boom time. Oh, okay. I think that Mackenzie got that first. So
Yeah.
1 point for Mackenzie. And now we have gold.
Boom time.
Boom time. That was kind of hard to tell.
I think Mackenzie got it.
I think that, yeah, Mackenzie.
There we go.
Okay. And then our last color will be dark purple.
Boom time.
Time.
Oh God, it was another really close one. I think that was Jasmine, I think, who said it first. I know you guys said it about the same time, so we'll see. I'm just gonna give that to Jasmine because I think she said it first.
I think she said it first too.
Do we want to do a tiebreaker round between Jeff and Jasmine for the sticker?
Okay, yes. So this is a tiebreaker round, just between you two. And I think that I didn't prepare a color, so we'll just go with something simple. Navy blue, since that's kind of the color of our corduroy jackets.
Boom time.
Okay, that was Jasmine. So congratulations, Jasmine. You're the winner.
Awesome. Congratulations to Jasmine for winning.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to pause right there. And so how this works, again, the officers are running the meeting. I'll pause every now and then, interject some things. So we've structured the meeting to have opening ceremonies, and ideally, opening ceremonies will be the longest single part of the meeting. So one of the things that we'll talk about as far as the tools to keep it engaging is to keep it moving. And so the icebreaker will be a longer one. The opening ceremonies will be a longer one. Usually we want to interject a raffle. Now, one of the things we have with the raffle is what we call the woos and boos. And that's just a part of culture that we've seen in raffles before. And so what that looks like is they'd say 1, woo, 2, woo, 3, boo. Eventually, the last person with the only remaining number that's correct would be the only one wooing, right? Again, culture can be whatever your chapter wants to create, but that's just one way to do it. And then icebreaker, I'm also providing all of the people on this call with 20 virtual icebreakers. So we'll have a list. I'll email out. We'll put in the chapter. We'll put in the chapter toolbox, and Jess will send to everyone. That's 20 virtual icebreakers. The color relay is just one of them. All of them can be used in chapter meetings for multiple participants. And lastly, we know that obviously, on a regular Zoom call, we'd all have video capabilities, and so it'd be a little easier to say, hey, here's a gold highlighter or whatever. Well, I'm very impressed. If you won that game, go ahead and send me a message, and I'll be mailing you a sticker. Congratulations. That is the prize. Also, I'm just getting raffle tickets sent out, so as I do that, let's keep going on. Chapter officers, take it back.
All right. So again, congratulations to the winner. And we are going to go into the reading and approval of the minutes. Kaya?
All right, so at our last chapter, the North Clackamas FFA chapter met virtually on the 11th of August. We had 27 members and no guests in attendance. The meeting was called to order at 7:00 p.m. by our president, Mackenzie Salisbury presiding. The minutes from the previous meeting were read and approved as read. The treasurer reported that the Fresh County fundraiser ends tomorrow and that all money and forms are due. Upcoming FFA expenses include the purchase of plant plugs for next year's plant sale for $5,000, lunch for FFA students on the videotaping day for virtual stock show, less than $100. Peyton moved to approve FFA funds for the upcoming expenses, explained by the treasurer. The motion was seconded by Connor and was passed unanimously. Chris moved that the chapter pay for show supplies for this year's virtual show not to exceed $200. The motion was seconded by Tommy and passed unanimously. The next meeting was scheduled for September 16th, 2020. The meeting was adjourned at 7:36 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Kaya Klug, Secretary.
Thank you. Okay, and for the sake of this Bloom meeting, we are going to skip the approval of the minutes, and we are going to go right into officer reports. So I'm going to start us off with my very exciting presentation on how Parley Pro works. Yay! Okay, so the general rundown is that Parley Pro is what we use in our meetings to make sure business goes well and that it goes orderly. At some point during the meeting, you are going to state your business at some point. During new or unfinished business, you can stand up to be recognized and I will address you. And you would just state your business after you say the words, I move. If you want the formalities and how specifically a motion is formed, you can look at the slide that should be on the presentation right now about how has the formalities how a motion works. So yeah. Isabel?
Okay, so I wrote a short poem for my officer report. Chapter communication must resume. The best way is through a Google Classroom. We will share competitions, events, opportunities, and achievements. We are excited to enroll our members soon. So we'll keep you posted. We're going to implement a new Google Classroom to share news.
Okay, for my report, as many of you know, we had our virtual fair last month and it went really well. Our students were videotaped showing their animals, and we had members from North Clackamas FFA placing the top 5 of every species except chicken because we didn't have chickens. So great job, North Clackamas FFA.
Woo!
And treasure reports. The North Clackamas chapter had a beginning balance of $1,654,000. Yeah. And for selling photos of our very cute, very handsome land lab dogs to Vogue magazine, we made $231,000. But unfortunately, we did have an expense of $600,000 due to Miss Mayfield's Charolais cattle addiction. And that's it. Thank you.
As you have probably heard, we do have an Instagram and Facebook. If you like, you can go and check it out. It's North Clackamas FFA. I know, very complicated and hard to remember, but you can just check it out. We post fun facts, updates, other agriculture-related news. So be sure to follow, like, and share.
All right, does the Sentinel want to?
Oh, yeah, I have nothing to report. Sorry, I thought you went first before me.
All right, well, I've written a rap, a bit of a rap. So, this year, we're starting a new scrapbook. When it's done, you'll be so shook. We need some photos, though, so hurry up and finish kneading that dough. Later on, we'll decide on a budget, so make a motion, get out of the closet. Check your phone's photos, send the good ones to me. After all, I suppose, you know who is me. So yeah.
That is fantastic. I'm gonna interject right there after all the reports. Man, I don't know about y'all on the other end of those cameras, but I am dying. That is fantastic, and I'm very engaged. Officers, fantastic job. So really quick to interject again. So officer reports, JWL style, or they killed it. I did not even expect that to happen. Other way, nothing limits achievement like small thinking. Nothing expands possibilities like unleashed imagination. Obviously, some clear imagination at play here. Thank you, officers, for demonstrating that so well. We don't have to deliver officer reports just by saying, hey, here's what's going on in our chapter. Obviously, it's up to your leaders and their personalities, but some different ways to do that. You know, wrap your report, slam poetry, picture puzzle, put your 3 big ideas as an answer, sorry for the typo, to a picture puzzle. Number puzzle, have a junior officer help deliver it, or create a video. So many different ways to keep this engaging and going throughout. And before we continue, everyone should have received a raffle because we're about to get into our first raffle. So I'll let the officers take it back away.
Ooh, all right. So I am doing it should have been our second raffle, but it's going to be our first raffle. So I do not know who has each number, so I'm just going to pick a random number. So let's remember booze and woos, remember booze and woos for each digit of the entire number. So if you have that number, that digit of the number, then you want to say woo, and if you don't, then say boo until we have one winner. So
really quick, we have only gotten up to 012390. So pick one between 012390 and the 45.
012390. All right, wait. 01239.
I made a mark on the documents,
All right.
so you should be
Thank
good.
you. All right. So, all right, I'm gonna pick this one. 0.
Woo!
Woo!
1.
Woo!
2.
Woo!
3.
Woo!
5.
Boo.
And 3.
Boo.
Did we have any winner? The last digit was 3.
Let's see.
I'm gonna say the entire number again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3. Do we have a
Type it in
winner?
the chat.
All right. It looks like it was Kristen Guthrie. Kristen Guthrie, you still on here?
Boo.
I think Shelly just booed.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Kristen's still on here, so
Okay. She's not on here?
it doesn't
Okay.
look like it.
All right, let's do another one.
All right, let's do another one. Okay, let me find it. Here. All right, I'm gonna delete this. All right, let's choose this one. 0,
Woo.
1,
Woo.
3,
Woo.
6,
Boo.
and 5. For the last
Boo.
All right, so the entire number was 0, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5.
No way.
I have a winner.
Wow.
Mom, it was you. Unmute your microphone. I'll mail her a sticker. We can move on.
All right.
All right. Congratulations to the winner, Miss Mayfield. Yay! Okay, so we are going to go into old business, but we have no old business because we've been in quarantine for so long, so we are going to move straight into new business. So for our new business, we have to make a budget for our chapter scrapbook, as you may have heard in Elisa's amazing rap. It was really good. So the officers have looked into it, and we want to make several one-time purchases that would equate to around $120. That's what we came up with to get us started, and it wouldn't be a recurring thing. So if someone wants to make a motion, I will now entertain a motion. I will entertain a motion on the floor.
Madam Chairman,
The chair calls upon Connor, was that?
yeah. I move that we dedicate $120 of our budget to scrapbook materials.
Second.
Okay, is there any more debate? Is there any more debate? Seeing none, we will move on to vote. All those in favor of dedicating $120 of our budget to scrapbook materials, please raise your hand virtually. So how you can do this is if you go over to the participants tab and click on it. Down below, you will see mute me, and raise hand. And you can click the button that says raise hand and it'll show up in the participants. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to figure that part out. It was a little confusing the first time you use it. Okay. All right. Thank you. You can lower your virtual hand now. All right. All those opposed, same sign. So you can raise your virtual hand if you are opposed. All right. Thank you. You may lower your virtual hand. The motion passes with 16 in favor and 4 opposed. Clackamas FFA will dedicate $120 of its budget to scrapbook materials. All right. And that's over with.
Really quick, I'm going to interject. So ag teachers, chapter officers, if you're on the call, one of the things that we actually had to practice was, hey, how does Parley Pro work on a Zoom call? And again, if there's video capabilities, they can physically raise their hand on the camera. But if there's not, you can just have that hand raise feature. Both of those work. So thanks, Mackenzie, for showing us how that works. But I encourage you to have your officers practice that. It's just kind of a little bit of a learning curve, especially if you use Parley in your chapter meetings. But yeah, just a good exercise to go through. Thanks.
All right. So, Isabel, would you like to tell us about our member of the month?
New tradition we want to start this year are member spotlights, where us officers will choose a member who has impressed us with their premier leadership, personal growth, and career success this month. Our September 2020 member of the month is Elena Peterson. Elena has spent many hours helping the Land Lab accommodate the evacuated animals from the nearby wildfires. She worked through the dense smoke to feed, set up pens, unload animals, and more. When asked about her experiences, she said, quote, "I decided to help because when people are in need, you've got to help. With evacuations, the animals need somewhere to go. I like to help and they need help. When someone is stressed and needs to evacuate, I find that staying positive and saying, it's going to be okay, helps them feel better. Congratulations, Elena Peterson, for being our September member of the month."
Yay!
All right. So another really quick interjection. So the member spotlight, again, is just one of those cultural pieces. I encourage your chapter to find whatever that is for you guys. It could be a member of the month. It could be something else, but do that. Quick note on the raffle. So ideally, you would like to have everyone jump on the call about 10 minutes prior for your pre-meeting. And during that pre-meeting, raffle numbers can be sent out via chat. Now, I looked into different tools to use online raffles. However, know that apparently a raffle is technically illegal, or there's a lot of laws around it. So if you're going to run a raffle, just make sure you've consulted your school district lawyer. But I just found there was a lot of different complications with using a tool like an online raffle tool. And so instead, I just thought it'd be easier to create some raffle numbers on a Google Doc. Now, if you have a big chapter and you have 200 people in your chapter meeting, a raffle may not be for you, right? But if you have 30 people, I think it's pretty doable as long as you have an officer assigned to sending out those raffle numbers prior to. Next, as we go into this next portion, know that the officers are prepared for this game. We obviously have not prepared you, but if you were members in our chapter, you would have had this information prior to. But this next one, as we go into our final culture piece, if you will, is something they prepared. And I guess you just pretend that you would have heard this as a class announcement or posted on your Google Classroom, etc. Go ahead, officers.
Yes, we are starting another new tradition called Red Barn Awards. Woo!
Woo!
This month, the award goes to whoever can eat the grossest food on camera. So I will be the judge, and if you are participating, can you please raise a virtual hand so I know who's participating, and I'll give you guys 30 seconds to do so, and get your food ready.
Oh, snap. Mrs. Mayfield's participating?
Yeah, I'm participating. It's not giving me the option to turn on my camera, however. So, Jason, since you're hosting, I was wondering if there's a way you can fix that.
What's the name?
Come on,
You don't see Jason. Can you see Connor on the list? I can't find him. Is your screen name Connor?
Yeah,
It should just, yeah, it should be Connor Montgomery.
It's so weird. I don't see him either. Connor, I'm sorry, man. I can't find you.
Every
It's okay.
time you talk, Connor, you come up under Miss Mayfield.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That could be because Mayfield Ford.
See if you can turn on your camera now.
Oh, it works.
There we go.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Man, this paper looks different than what I remember.
Yeah, I just assumed my camera was on the whole time since it didn't give me the option. So yeah,
Right. I'm excited.
if you guys are ready to start, we can do that.
Okay,
That means
so,
he probably won the raffle.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
okay, so I'm just gonna go down the line of participants, and when I call on you, can you please just explain what you're eating, and then you get to eat it. Okay. First, I'll do, let's see, Kaya, can you explain what you're eating?
Okay, so I made a burnt toast sandwich with lemons, Doritos, bananas, and olive oil with powdered sugar on top.
Wow, that's great.
Quick, Peyton, quick. Let's have everyone explain, and then everyone eat at one time. That way we don't have to throw up 5 times, just once. How about that?
Okay, good idea. Okay, so next we'll move to Isabel James.
Okay, so I made a little bit of a dip. So I have, this is pineapple Greek yogurt. You can kind of see it. I put barbecue sauce, garlic aioli, cocktail sauce, Worcester sauce, and apple cider vinegar. And to dip, I have an apple, Swiss cheese, and spinach. So.
Oh, that's great.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Okay, next let's go to Grace.
Okay, so this is a really long one, and I will say it's a bit more of a drink. So I put green tea, pickle juice, chocolate fudge, whipped cream, soy sauce, butter, lime juice, grape juice, and way too much balsamic vinegar. Like it's about 70% balsamic vinegar. I didn't realize how fast it was gonna come out.
Oh, wow.
So this is gonna be really interesting.
Okay. That's not, that's kind of gross. Okay, next let's move to Mackenzie Salisbury.
Okay, so I went a different direction. Instead of punishing myself, I decided to get something that typically people don't like. So I have seaweed here, and I'm gonna eat that because I like it, but I know other people don't.
Great. Next, let's move to, let's see.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think Connor wanted to.
Yeah, I did too.
Or sorry, Miss
Sorry.
Mayfield.
Miss Mayfield, go.
Oh, that was me who raised my hand under Mayfield's profile.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so
Connor.
I did something similar to Mackenzie. I'm doing tuna. A lot of people don't like it. Everybody I've talked to says it's disgusting. They hate the smell and it tastes terrible. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, everyone chose really disgusting food. So let's see you guys eat it. Go for it.
Can I take my Invisalign out?
Countdown?
Oh, countdown? Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Go for it.
Go for it. Go for it.
Oh.
Oh. Oh no.
Okay, let's vote. Let's vote.
I did it. That was terrible.
I'm gonna have to say, wait, drum roll.
It's not out of, like, the aftertaste is so bad.
And even.
Congratulations to Grace.
Yeah.
Really gross.
You're right back. I gotta get water. That was really bad.
Okay, so I'm going to interject really quick. Wow. So we had talked back and forth about just explaining the award versus just doing it, and man, I'm really glad that actually happened. On camera, recorded for the world to see. Again, this is a culture piece that maybe fits with Clackamas, maybe that doesn't fit, but the reward itself is something that it's a ridiculous award, right? It's kind of like a most likely to, and so the award I think is something that keeps people on the meeting throughout the duration, right? Keeps them engaged because it's something that's exciting that they want to see, and it's a hilarious moment. So it can be something like eating gross food, some Fear Factor style challenge, or it can be something legitimate, like a member spotlight. But I encourage you to have something really fun right at the end before closing ceremonies to keep people engaged, keep people on. We know attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, and so just to have something at the end, kind of a big thing at the end. So what we'll do is we'll do closing ceremonies, and then I'll wrap everything up and share with you guys some of the resources we worked on.
All right. Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this meeting of the North Clackamas FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this meeting adjourned.
Give it up for our chapter officers from North Clackamas FFA. Nice work, everyone. Hey, we really appreciate everyone joining us. Before you guys hop off, I just want to share some of these resources we've developed and a couple quick notes. So one of the challenge points we had when practicing was how do we speak together from different places without it sounding like a jumbled mess. So the way we found it to work the best is that whoever's leading the Pledge of Allegiance or the chapter, the member pledge, and all those different things, usually the president, right? To have their voice be the predominant voice coming through the speaker. And we don't have everyone turn their microphones off, but instead face away from their microphone. That way they're not speaking directly into it. Mackenzie will speak directly into her microphone. Everyone else will simply turn away from the microphone. That way the members can hear who's leading it and stay kind of in sync. So there's that. So some of the things we share, let me go ahead and create a new share for you real quick. Okay, here we go. It's working now. So one of the things I wanted to create was some of these virtual engagement tools. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Some of these best virtual engagement tools that I've used throughout my virtual facilitation time. So these will be shared with you, but I just want to share them really quick. Poll Everywhere, Miro, Mentimeter, Padlet, and Google Docs. Some of these cost a little, some of these are free, but really just keeps people engaged, whether it's polling or collaborative spaces, Google Docs, obviously. So, and I know each school is different as well, okay? So that's one of the documents we'll be sharing with you in the chapter toolbox. Another one is this right here. 8 ways to make virtual meetings fun, okay? Welcome people. So in that first 10 minutes when people are jumping on the call, have music playing, ask them about their day. It should just be like when the Sentinel's stationed by the door, right? They're welcoming people into your classroom, into the ag room, or wherever you have your chapter meetings, in the auditorium, whatever it is. Welcome people just like you would a regular person. Create culture. We showed you some of those culture pieces from North Clackamas. Keep her moving, okay? 40 minutes or less per meeting is kind of the unspoken rule, and each aspect should be about 60 seconds. Granted, there's some ceremonial pieces that take longer. Okay, change up the delivery, we showed you that. Break up the monotony, so having a raffle, doing 2 icebreakers every now and then. You know, it doesn't have to be the exact same agenda each time. Involve the back row, quote unquote, right? So making sure that, you know, before the meeting, if you have students that you know will be on there but really be kind of disengaged or have their camera off the whole time, ask them to do something, get them involved. Gamify the experience. I've heard this used in different chapters where, you know, maybe you have a point system in your chapters. Well, there's no reason that point system can't apply to your virtual meetings. Give points for attendance, for participation, etc. And then know your tools. So whoever's running the meetings, fully trained on the capabilities. And the last one I was actually going to add, and 8 just seemed to fit better, have someone in charge of the media. So whether it's a chapter officer or someone, if you want to give a leadership position to someone else, have them running the slides, the music, the raffle, etc. Anything media related, have that person identified and selected, and make sure that's all they're doing because there's a lot to handle, okay? And the last thing, finally, I'll just show you a quick preview of it, is this right here. 20 virtual icebreakers. I've given you some instructions and some links, and we'll share all of these things with your chapter. The last thing I want to say, so we will be sending out stickers. If you want a sticker today, shoot me your address in a direct message. But I think I can order 250 stickers for $30, and they can be great raffle prizes. I want to share a quick website with you guys that actually can be a chapter project for you, as well as get you some really cool swag. So what that is, let's go all the way back up here, is Redbubble, and it's linked in the PDF. So you create one design that they can apply to almost any product. So if I were to upload a quote that I want to see on a sticker, but also a sweatshirt, but also a coffee mug, but also a koozie, but also phone cases, a t-shirt, whatever, they'll put that design on any product in their portfolio, and there's hundreds. A portion of the proceeds actually go back to the person who designed it. So if your FFA chapter has an account, you'll be making money every time you order your own product, which is pretty cool. And then finally, you can use those really cheap items for raffle prizes. With that, we're at our 45 minutes. we really appreciate everyone jumping on. Really appreciate the North Clackamas officers doing this, as well as you guys giving them a chance to practice. They'll have their first chapter meeting, virtual chapter meeting, in a few weeks. So with that, any last questions? Allow people to jump off as time allows, but any last questions that we can help answer, or ideas that your chapter's done that you'd like to share? Anybody? Someone asked really quick what the stickers look like. I'll show you guys. I ordered these. These are just some stickers I've made. They say make someone better today. They're just stickers I made. It's a phrase I use. So here's the stickers for anyone that's interested in those, but they're just really simple. I think 2x2, 3x3 squares. So any other questions for our officers?
I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to ask the officers, I am a third-year teacher. This is my third year, non-traditional. Our program's been through so much turnover that it's kind of a joke among students. They're just take an ag course, get an A, whatever. How do I reach them to make this cool again, to make it something they want? I want to be an officer. I want to participate. I'm so far removed from high school life that I have no clue. So any help is appreciated. Thank you.
It's a really hard question.
Well, I would say, first of all, if your chapter doesn't have social media already, that could be helpful. But I think also the way you kind of like through social media, your posts and the way you talk, your language has to kind of be adjusted to the way we speak. And there has to be in your chapter right now it's virtual, but you have to let everyone know through social media that the meetings are happening, and there has to be a good reason to come. So there might be like, oh, now we're gonna show all your pairs of shoes, or like your animals or something like that. I feel like everyone likes animals, everyone likes pets, and even kids who are like distanced from FFA will enjoy animals and can easily be reached through social media. So if you don't already have social media for your chapter, I feel like that would be very helpful.
And really quick, Elijah, who runs social media for North Clackamas?
What's that?
Who runs social media for North Clackamas?
Well, we kind of do it all together, but it's mainly me and Grace, the historian, the reporter.
Okay.
And we try to post, we've created a whole schedule, and we try to post consistently. So, you don't just post once a month, but you actually post multiple times a week. And so people actually notice it, and so they actually get used to the posts. And the posts need to have like some good information, because, if you just share a random photo and there's no caption, then people aren't going to be very interested. So, yeah.
And something that I think would help engage high schoolers, especially in virtual meetings and in-person meetings, is just have friendly competitions. Ask people, hey, I bet you can't go take 3 of those bills up to wherever. I bet you can't drink that whole water bottle in a minute. Like little things like that, or have them all compete. Like who can drink a water bottle the fastest? Who can shuck corn the fastest?
Yeah. So I just have to quickly say, so Allison, I'm not sure what how to pronounce your last name, but Allison, she said virtual themed meetings could be fun. October, wear your Halloween costume, which I remember, I think that we did this last year when we were actually in person. I think that's like such a great idea to just like have fun and, just to like connect with people. And again, like the competitions in social media are such an amazing aspect. Like I think that a lot of people, at least in our chapter, are very competitive. So it's very fun. And then of course, people are almost always every day checking social media. So if you can get a social media running, then you're connecting to so many like people within your chapter.
Okay.
So really, sorry to wrap up that conversation. We actually did the first episode in the chapter toolbox, which you can find on Bloom's website, was about engaging people in your chapter, and it was a big section on social media. And so if you look at some tools and insight, you can check that out.
Okay, thank y'all very much.
Absolutely, Mr. Steen. Any other questions? Well, these celebrities, these C7 celebrities will be available if you guys want to find them. North Clackamas FFA social media pages. Feel free to reach out to them with any other questions. They are the experts, and we're just so thankful that they took the time to do this. They worked really hard. I can tell you yesterday when we practiced, not joking, the wrap didn't exist, and so they did all that in the last 24 hours. And so really, really cool, really fantastic work. Officers, thank you again. Jesse, Pete, Justin, and Bloom, thank you guys again for hosting this and continue to provide just resources for FFA chapters across the country, whether that's this or your guys' virtual fundraiser. Man, just a great, great time. I'm very thankful to be a part of this. Any other questions, y'all feel free to reach out to me, Jesse, Peter, Justin at Bloom, or any of these chapter officers. I really appreciate everyone jumping on, and I'm going to end the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Bye. Thank you.